dame el jugo.
Yo, just give me the juice, Marina.
And Nana.
You can find us at iTunes, Google Play, yoyouheard.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, streaming everywhere. Oh, and YouTube too. We've been putting up the videos, so
we everywhere, every platform.
So tonight, this evening, we have a special guest via Zoom. I'm used to saying in the building. Kevin Scully, aka
Yeah, use the whole government.
Stadium status.
Yeah.
It took me forever though to find that. It took me forever. Like it was a challenge for Nana and I. So
Zoom played me, man. It exposed me. It's all good.
Social media exposed.
Right.
So
but yeah, thank you for having me. No, I appreciate it. Yeah.
You're a Jersey boy.
Yeah.
And you look like you're from Jersey.
What does that mean? That was a real like New Yorker judging ass comment right there. Like,
every person from Jersey look like Jersey.
Damn, she coming at you.
Are you saying, is it because I look like Drewski? Are you saying I look like Drewski?
You fake dude.
All white DJs look the same and stuff? Yeah, I know.
You fake dude look like Drewski.
But let me tell you something. That's why I so act like a New Jersey guy too. Because of the way you guys speak are different, right, Nana? They don't sound like New York.
Their swag is different. It's like,
Damn, wow, you gotta roll your eyes?
I didn't roll my eyes. It's just like the style, like, yeah.
Is that the feeling that I'm giving you right now?
Nah, right now, since, we can't see you, like, what you got on, just your shoulders and up, you look regular.
Well, all right.
You got a tea and a hat.
Yeah.
He could dress. Remember Casa De Perreo? He was DJing.
I don't know, girl.
Again, it was a crazy.
That's why I said I feel like we met, but I don't know. I'm not too sure because I probably was late already, So
can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Give us a little background.
Yeah. DJ, producer, from Jersey City. Been DJing for 8 years right now, full time. Started in the clubs, downtown, like Greenhouse and Whip. I don't know if you remember those clubs or whatever. That's like where I really started off, building the name. Got into some of the other downtown like bottle service type clubs. Then it really was, I was looking for a change of pace. So a lot of my friends were DJing Uptown at Apartment 78. So I started going there, hanging out there, ended up getting on parties, getting on sets. Then that's when Pizza Zoo, I got on to a party called Pizza Zoo from there. I was there pretty much from the beginning. I think the third Pizza Zoo ever is when I, got on, and I did basically every one. It really was there through the growth of that party, while simultaneously throwing parties and curating like venues out in Jersey City, just booking DJs and really just the whole community and the scene that I existed on. We had this like economy of like DJs where we were kind of like booking each other at different venues in Jersey and the city, and this whole like community, was formed. And then did the whole like work and DJing thing, which I'm still doing, and then also like focusing on production now. I'm starting to put out music, something that I've always dabbled with. And yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I mean, I've done other stuff too within the like music industry. I've managed recording studios. I did some tour managing, while all along DJing at the same time. So
nice.
Oh wow, how was that doing management and DJing? Like, how did you juggle that?
Yeah. Well, they were both. It wasn't too, because the tour managing I did, it was really just going on like some like tours or like spot dates. So it was really easy to balance at that point. I mean, if I was gonna be on the road during like when I was gonna be doing gigs or something, and I was still getting paid off of that, off of like the tour. So it really wasn't like hard to balance. I just didn't do the gigs that I normally would have did at that time. But truthfully, when I was doing all the tour managing stuff and working at the studio, I wasn't full-time DJing yet. That was like more of a side thing. So it wasn't really too hard to balance that at that point.
Okay. You're a mute girl.
Sorry, where did you get that name, Stadium Status, and why?
It's from a Kanye song. So in the beginning of Big Brother, he said it. I was kind of just going through different DJ names, trying to pick like a catchy name, something different. And my brother actually like threw it out to me, and I was like, all right, yeah. Like Kanye was like my favorite artist, so I was like, all right, yeah. I dig this, so we could do that.
Okay. All right. That's good, because I love Kanye. That's my dad. He's a billionaire now,
Yeah.
How did you learn how to DJ? Did you go to school for that? Because I know did you go to Five Towns College?
Yeah. I went to Five Towns.
And you learned DJ, how to DJ there?
No, I went to Five Towns for music business. I was doing some audio recording too, so like working as like a recording engineer. But while I was there, I was doing mostly like courses on music business. DJing, yeah, I started DJing on my own. The DJing was more like just a hobby that was even started like when I was younger, like middle school, high school. I would, DJ like events or DJ like house parties and stuff sometimes, but I didn't really start taking it serious though until later on. So then I did take a course at Scratch Academy, which was the DJ academy that was started by Jam Master Jay.
And
I
heard about that academy.
Yeah. So it was that was great because that really got me, like that was it. That started giving me the confidence of like I learned new things, but it also gave me the confidence that like, okay, backed up that I was like I knew what I was doing, and like I was on the right path. And then I just like met so many people through it too. So it was cool for like the relationships with other DJs and other people that were out there working, to start building that network. So
did you get to meet any big people, any big DJs while you were at school?
While I was at school, no.
Well, at the Scratch Academy.
Yeah, Scratch Academy. No, there wasn't really any big names really. There was like a lot of like their whole staff is like super credible. Like they compete in the DJ competitions and like win and all that. So they're like super like legit talented DJs. But there wasn't any like huge names that came by. I think Rob Swift from the Executioners was like probably the biggest one, which is like a legend.
Okay.
Like,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that they have the connects though, like the people there. Right?
Yep, exactly.
That's what's up. You always wanted to be a DJ, right? Or work with?
It was actually no, like it was always like a passion of mine. But really like when I started out DJing, like it wasn't even so much about being like a party rocking DJ, which like what I became. Like I really just wanted to be like a turntablist, someone did scratches and like, did all that type of stuff. But then I was actually just more like going towards the music business side of things, like interning at record labels. And I was working at the recording studio. I was managing my own artists. And this was all before the DJing stuff, took off. And then also my brother was working at a booking agency / marketing company that would book DJs and tour DJs. So then I started making a lot of like relationships. And that's how I even got into tour managing. Like they were putting tours together and put me on to be the tour manager. And then I was just because a lot of their DJs were in the top clubs in New York City, that I started like getting into that scene, meeting people in that scene. Some of my close friends were promoters, this, that, and the third. So like then I had it in, and I was like, oh, I think I could do this full time, like because people could start plugging me into their parties and everything. And it kind of took off from there. but yeah, as far as like DJing full time, like I always kind of had like it was I always had like a bigger picture connected to it, you know. And that's like what I'm doing now is starting to expand that bigger vision to the idea of just DJing.
Okay, that's good.
Word. I seen you had pictures with Iggy Azalea and first off, I seen the picture with Trey Songz and I was like, what?
Right, right. And
Did he
Kanye.
just jump into the picture?
Yeah, so that was actually I was like the in-house DJ for Versace for a while. So like all the
Wow, that's
events.
lit.
Word.
Yeah, that was really cool. So like any like in-store events that they would do at the Versace stores in New York, I would DJ them. So that Trey Songz party was actually it was a partnership with his charity. It was a charity event for Trey Songz. With Versace. And so I was DJing that event, and then we were just taking a crew pic like at the end of the party, and Trey Songz like photobombed us, just like walked right in the middle of the picture while we were posing. So we caught him, we're like, nah, you getting in this picture now. And he was like, oh, you know, so he's like, all right, so he's posing, he hopped in. So, you know,
That's
was cool.
lit. And with Kanye, I see Kanye in French Montana.
Yeah, well, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm happy you said that because that's actually a picture of Macklemore. So you just think,
okay, I thought I was bugging, and I was like, okay, maybe.
No, I did that.
I'm like,
I did that on purpose because everyone.
Yeah, look alike.
Yeah, so I look like Macklemore. So I literally posted that picture like, yo, I'm with these dudes. And the people actually thought that I was with them, which was hilarious.
It looked like after at first, I'm like, nah, that's not him. And then I have to go back. I kept questioning it like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah, no, that's funny though. But actually, like I do, I did know French. I used to, so the studio that I was working in, that I was managing, French used to work out of there. So this was about, this was around like 2010-ish, and he was working on Mac and Cheese 2, I believe. I forget what's mixtape. So French was in every day. Like I was at that studio for a year and a half. I almost saw French like every day. So it was like really cool to be around him like before he blew up, because like I was there like when like big moments happened in his career, like where it was like once like Fat Joe like co-signed him and started helping him out. It was Fat Joe who told Flex to start supporting French on the radio, and that's how French started getting on the radio, and they started playing his songs. And I think it was Chop It Down was like the first song that they started playing off of French. And then and it was just like, it was a real special moment in that studio because it was a very small studio. It was called Electric Field. They actually moved to Cali, and they're actually like doing really great things right now. They manage a lot of like songwriters and producers. But during that time, it was coming up, and everybody really that was like on the come up at that time, like stopped by that studio, and like it was like J. Cole, Wiz Khalifa,
Wow.
Big Sean, like, you know, Nipsey, like the thing of that, like being able to like meet Nipsey and at that time, and it was like really like this was during his like early in his career, you know, and I didn't really talk much to Nip, you know. It was just like, hi, what's up type thing, you know. But just to be in the room and be around these people and like and see what they turned into and you know, I really learned a lot from being around that, you know.
Rena, you drinking? You fucking alcoholic ass
No,
bitch.
I'm actually not drinking. Just got water.
No, I'm talking to Rena.
Oh, Rena's an alcoholic. Got you. Yeah.
Fucking alky. I gotta take you to 12 step. When this is over, I'm gonna take you to 12 step, okay? You see how she just picked up her drink and she started dying laughing, like
yeah, it's so fun because she knew because the thing is, you're the judger of the group. I can see that right when you got here, you started judging me. I'm from Jersey, my outfit.
Yes,
you know,
like
Nina's drinking. Yeah. I'm just waiting until you start exposing.
She's the mom, and I'm like, hey, come on, let's just have fun. And she's like, no, let's be strict. And then it's like, all right, got her late, and she's just on board.
Yeah, I guess you wore
off.
Look,
she got nothing to say.
It's all right. I support you, you know?
Yeah, you see?
Keep doing you. Don't let the haters hate, you know? Don't let the haters hate.
I'm having some Hennessy.
Just shine out.
Look at you, Thot.
What are you drinking, Nana?
I'm a Thot, get me lit.
What are you drinking, Nana?
Nana probably gonna start. Huh? That's her thing.
Me, I got my shit right here. Boop, boop, boop. Ready.
Respect.
Oh, man. I'm ready.
What's your nationality?
What? She can't even talk. Got the Henny in the system.
This is my first cup. What's your nationality?
I'm Irish. Irish and Turkish.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever met anybody from out there. I mean Irish, yeah, but not Turkish. That's cool.
Turkish, I have. You look like a foreign kind of dude.
Here we go.
I thought you were like Italian or something.
Yeah, he look foreign. You look foreign.
I just think because I'm from Jersey that I'm probably Italian.
He's a Guido.
All I do is I play techno music. I tan every weekend. I go.
Yeah, I see you looking like Trump out here.
Yeah.
I heard the latest mix. I don't know how to call it.
Oh, the edit that I put out?
Yes, with the Janae Aiko one.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Appreciate that. I'm gonna start putting out more of those, you know. So it's like my whole I'm more focused on production right now and kind of building up my own sound and kind of like I don't think that was like the main thing right now with where I'm at. I feel like, you know, I started doing like just like I was really just in that circuit of being like a working DJ, you know. So I was just doing like, you know, basically open format parties every weekend, just working at like venues, doing your weekend grind and all that type of stuff. But there was never really like a sound like that I gave someone. People know me for a specific thing or whatever. So that's where I'm incorporating the production now, and I'm gonna start putting a lot more like edits and remixes and things like that out.
You look like a producer type of guy.
Yeah, you do.
That you look more
like a producer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So now I look the part. That's all I need to. You know, that's half the, you know.
All right, now he goes. His head about to get big.
No, I like compliments. You know, I'm a Gemini too.
Of course, who don't like compliments?
You know, so I'm sure you
want attention, you see.
Exactly. So I'm sure since telling you I'm a Gemini, you could judge me even more too. So.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna leave it at that. But So what happened with your,
I said, I don't know about signs.
Yeah, I don't know much.
So what happened to the artist you was managing? Like what happened with that? Like, are you still working with that, or you let it go? Like, you just going straight for your sound? Like,
yeah, I'm going straight for myself now and my sound. The artist thing, it was like there's a lot. It's complicated. Yeah, it was a long. And
I'm laughing because every time you ask a question, you go yeah, like you know the mic.
It's like I'm just
like
it's like
yeah.
This full DJ mode forever. Like I'm gonna start shouting out people's birthdays and everything real quick.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm not working with any artists anymore. Just myself right now. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
How I know you started work. You said you worked with the whole Pizza Zoo. How did you become the host of Pizza Zoo?
It wasn't. Well, I wasn't even the host. I mean, Wazo became the host. And that was kind of just like everything just naturally happened. You know, where everyone ended up. There really wasn't any like clear-cut positions other than Swazo being the host when he came on, and that was really just you know, Swazo was a friend of mine from Jersey, and we were doing parties, and once we met, because we met like 4 years ago, and I saw right away like his potential and what was he doing. So I was just like, yo, like come, like I put him on my parties, like he was hosting my parties that I was doing in Jersey City. And I threw him on my birthday, like a few months after I met him. And I was like, yo, this kid is so good. Like it's like, all right, like I'm gonna just keep throwing opportunities at him. So we were doing Pizza Zoo, and it was like that we never really had too much mic presence at Pizza Zoo. So I brought him with me, and I was like, yo, get ready. Like, I don't know what the tone is gonna be at this party, but I was like, yo, just like get ready, because like during my set, I might be like, just go rock, you know. So we got there, energy was live. Like the other DJs before me, like they were rocking the mic, and the energy was there. So I was like, yo, let's go. So I just threw him to the wolves, and he just did him, and it was lovely. He just shut it down. Like it was crazy. Like that
crazy self.
Yo, that Pizza Zoo was like it was a Christmas one. We did it at Space Ibiza. And during our set, like there was so much wild things that happened during our set. Like there was a dude in a wheelchair that got crowd surfed. Like they picked him up and crowd surfed him. And then they did like a 2x2 or something. I don't know what it was called, but like somebody got on someone's shoulders, and then someone got on that person's shoulders. And like it was just like wow. And then we did this like crazy swag surf when that was a thing, and like the whole place just erupted, and like we just had so much energy.
It was a vibe.
It was a vibe. Like it was so crazy. Like that was one of my favorite sets ever. And like from there on, like the guys.
Imagine when quarantine's done.
Oh, that's gonna be insane.
I mean, we never been to a Pizza Zoo party, so I think we're gonna have to go for this one.
Yeah. You're missing out. And when they return, it's gonna be even crazier, I'm sure.
Right.
But yeah, so Swazo just did his thing, and they were like, and he was just a part of the team from that point on. It was just like, yo,
You know what's crazy? That Swazo said the same thing about you. That y'all just clicked, and since then, y'all became like really good friends.
Yeah, automatically.
Then we should have called Swazo on this.
Right.
Yo, you can have Swazo drop in whenever, man. Like
right, like in the middle, like yo, Swazo, tune in.
Yo, send him
on, log in.
He can probably do it. He would happen right now. But
I couldn't find him. I just need his email.
That's it's swazoproductions@gmail.com.
Wow, look at him, Swazo Productions.
All right.
But
Let me turn on the light.
But yeah, man, that's my brother, man. Like we've just connected on so many levels. Like we just have like personal, like deep, conversations, and just like what we do. It's just like just moving towards a bigger thing. We have the same like creative, like similar creative, like passions and just dreams that we're working towards. And then just on a personal level, like the personalities connect. So yeah, that's my guy.
You said swazoproduction@gmail?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna send him an email. You just like send him a message or something.
Yeah.
So you both created Casa De Perreo, right?
Yeah, that was with Dana Lou too. That was a party that we started. Yeah.
So it was a group thing?
Group thing, yeah.
And what made you guys come up with the whole Casa De Perreo, and why Perreo?
Yeah, that was basically, that came from Swazo.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I said, yeah.
Did I didn't do it again, did I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do that every question.
It's all good. You can do it.
You've been doing it every question.
I say yeah, because I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm gathering my thoughts.
I know, but so, it's funny because you sound like you in the mic, like yeah, like everybody. We lit.
Yeah, because really, I want to be a rapper, So it's like deep down, I think I'm a rapper. So like, I'm just always ready to freestyle. Is basically what's happening. But
you look like a Dave.
What?
I said you look like a Dave.
I look like a Dave, a little Dickie. CEP. So that was actually came from Dana and Swazo. They kind of came up with the idea because it was a conversation that people were having on Twitter, and they were just talking about, you know, basically like bringing it back to the house party, the sweaty house parties, you know, and like just bringing that vibe that was like missing at the venues, you know. And just playing all the classic music, you know. So they started that started from a Twitter conversation. They started throwing the idea around, you know, and we started looking around for venues, and there was a venue that was like looking to work with me at the time, so we just brought it down to the venue, you know, to 247 Lounge in Lower East Side, and yeah, and from there we just threw some crazy parties.
I mean,
but yeah, we it was that.
We went to one and it was fun.
Nice. Yeah. We had
two of them though.
We did.
I think we went to two.
You went to two? Okay, yeah. I think we did like maybe 4 or 5 of them, and it was just like a summer run, real quick. Probably bring it back in.
We did one. I think one in the summertime and one when it was spring, like it was still sweater time.
Okay.
It was jacket.
All right.
It was jacket and then sweater.
I don't know.
It was nice though.
Yeah. I think we started around springtime or something like that. Yeah, we just wanted to make it, we wanted it to be a dance party. Like, we didn't want anyone, like, standing around being cool or not feeling, like, comfortable to dance. It's like, nah, like, it's gonna just be a dirty, sweaty party where everyone's grinding on each other.
It was lit.
Yeah, it was lit.
I mean, it's small. It's a small spot, but it's funny.
Yeah. But it still kind of gives you that house party vibes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I sure did.
It's a vibe.
It is a vibe. How was it DJing at Sway in the morning?
Oh yeah, that's great. I mean, that experience.
Word.
Yeah. It's
How did that come about?
Word.
Through DJ Wonder. He's the producer of the show and the DJ on the show. And he's a good friend of mine, you know, just from being out here, you know, DJing at the same venues and being on the same scene and stuff. So yeah, he asked me. I did it 2 times, and yeah, both times were cool. The second time I did it was great because Nori showed up and just like hopped in.
Oh, so lucky.
How was that?
Oh, it was great. Yeah. Like, he was a part of the conversation. Like, we were talking. Like, I was trying to explain it what like Pizza Zoo was or whatever. It was just hilarious. And then while Nori was there, Marlon Wayans ran in the room.
What the hell? You ran everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
And just started cracking jokes with Nori real quick. So
you gotta eat him right.
This is not gonna stop. I see. So.
No.
Fucking with him.
What?
I said, I'm just fucking with you.
I love it.
He's getting right.
I'm in your world, so I'm just real pasty.
Yeah. I'm getting hot too. The Henny.
Yeah, I know, bitch. You got the Henny in your system. Look at you. You fucking thot. We in quarantine.
What is wrong with you?
Can't be drinking Henny. Sip on some wine or something.
But
look at you.
1 cup of wine.
You turning red over there, girl.
That's why the housewives.
You got air.
Oh, I could turn.
Yeah, cause you know, I don't want you to pass out over there. I can't help you.
I can't pass out. I'm having a house party with my friends later.
Well, sheesh. And she already started. You hear that? That's crazy.
So I was gonna ask you, what happened to the Billy and Bobby show? Was that like something you guys wanted to do, or I just did it just for the Pizza Zoo?
Yeah, we kind of just did it for Pizza Zoo, and we wanted to make it a show. Like, and so many people like hit us up, was like, "Yo, you need to keep doing that. Like, it's hilarious." So, yeah. I mean, truthfully, the idea popped back into my head because, like, we're all streaming now, and like for Twitch and everything, I was like, "Yo, we could really bring Billy and Bobby back." for on Twitch. So,
Yep.
but yeah, like so many people told us like, yo, that's hilarious. Like you gotta keep doing.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. So
And I saw
and
it. Sorry.
no, you good.
I was gonna say I saw it before I even met Suazo, and I was like, oh shit, they funny.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, so basically we're like stereotypical like bro DJ like techno fans and stuff, Nana. So, you know, it's who you think I actually am. But yeah, no, it's just ridiculous.
Fist pump.
Exactly, with fist pumping.
First of all, it's not me. It's not me. That was Rena. That was calling you Jersey boy and all that.
She just stated a fact that I was from Jersey. You ran with all the stereotypes.
No, she was like, I was just juicing it. She was like, oh look, you dressed like a Jersey boy. And I was like, yeah, Jersey Shore. Right, take off your hat. Let me see. You got the slick back?
You got the nice hair.
You don't need that.
Yeah, let me see.
Nice
we know you roughing right now.
I got the quarantine hair right now.
Like, I saw your
we don't need
with the long.
He got the slick back.
The what?
Which one?
I saw the picture with your long hair.
Oh yeah, that was a
yeah, me too.
What you think about that?
I mean,
that was my white trash chic.
That's
oh wow.
Because when they do the little ponytail, that's cute.
Oh nice. Yeah, I didn't really the man bun.
Like Noah.
Not the man bun. The little.
Have your hair like Noah.
Who's Noah?
Who's Noah?
The basketball player. What's his last name?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know.
That's like a man bun.
Yeah, and no, because he don't be having it like right here. He has it like in the middle, and it's like messy and half it coming out. You know, like white boys. You know, white boys.
That's sexy though. That's sexy because not everyone can like rock it.
Right.
Okay.
But
so you saying I can rock it?
Huh? Yeah.
I can rock it. Yeah.
You got the face and all that.
All right, maybe I'll bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
But you do. You have the face to do the little bun and all that. You know.
I appreciate that. I got a bun face. All right.
So have you been to Turkish?
Nah, Turkey, that would be Turkey.
I mean Turkey.
Yeah. No, actually I haven't. I actually don't know even too much about like the culture and stuff. My mom was adopted. My mom's Turkish, but she was adopted, and her parents that adopted her weren't Turkish. So I wasn't raised like Turkish or anything.
Okay. That's interesting.
All right, that's cool.
I'm gonna tap into the roots, one day.
That's interesting. Like I would go too. Like I would go out there and explore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We can travel again.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about
one day.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Soon, because I canceled my flight to Atlanta. I was upset.
To Atlanta?
Yeah. What happened?
What were you going out there for?
To watch a basketball game. To watch Vince Carter's last game.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Ghost Lab Radio podcast?
Ghost Lab, yeah. It just kind of got too much to make happen, at first, because we didn't have a studio of where we were actually doing it. So like we put together maybe like the first 5-6 episodes, and they came together pretty smoothly. But then it was like we were having a lot of there was a lot of parts of my brother was the one filming and like editing the videos, and then me and Swaz were hosting it, and then it was like locking in like hosts and guests, and like you guys understand or whatever. But it was like we were getting a lot of rescheduling, a lot of like canceling, and it ended up like being a lot. And it was like so all of us had a lot going on at that time. So it was just like at that point it was like, all right, like I think it was like a good run, but it was like we had other priorities at that moment. But I think I might bring it back for my Twitch. I'm gonna start streaming on Twitch, and I think I'm gonna use that name and just start going with another concept, but mostly focused more on like just DJ sets.
I saw one of the interviews. I forgot with who, but how many interviews you guys did?
We did 6.
Okay, so I saw one of them, but it sounded really good. Like you say your brother edited all that. It sounded really good.
He was doing the video editing. Yeah, the audio. Well, actually, no, he did do some of the audio editing too. Yeah.
That was a good job. That's a good job. So I wanted to ask
Thanks.
you, which one has been one of your best one of your best sets? And then I ask you about
Best sets probably I think probably Pizza Zoo at La Marina. That was like a venue that I really wanted to play. And then like the energy for that was crazy. So that was one of my favorites. And probably at in Miami at for Hot and Fun. There's a party Hot and Fun in Miami. It was like Junil and Norma Now, and I did their like 2-year anniversary. And actually, and Swazo and Tim from Pizza Zoo was there with me, and it was just like it was a wild night. Like it was hot as hell. Like we were like it was like an outside venue, like half in, half out. Like it was like super sweaty. Like they just kept on passing me mad blunts while I'm DJing, and I was like super smacked. And like, but it was just like I was like so zoned in at that point that like I was just like rocking. Like it was like at the end of like Old School. I don't know if you've seen the movie Old School, and Will Ferrell like blacks out, and he's just like at the end he says this crazy speech and he blacks out. He's like, I don't know what happened. You know, like it was amazing, but he didn't know what happened. Like that's how I felt at the end of that. So,
Damn, how the hell you DJ?
That was a good night.
That was a good night. Yeah.
How
and
were
usually, what was that?
How were you able to DJ?
That's a great question. Because usually I don't like I usually don't DJ that well high. Like I could drink, like I could be crazy drunk and I'll be better as a DJ. Like I get better, you know, but like being high, like I can't even move like a zombie. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it was just the moment in Miami. I just felt it, had to do it, you know. But yeah, I would say as far as like probably the La Marina Pizza Zoo was one of my favorites. For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to a freaking Pizza Zoo party.
Yeah, I know. I bought my ticket one time and I couldn't make it.
Oh, I remember.
So I was
I remember that.
Yeah, I was just in Queens.
According to Tim, he thinks that is because we were in a billboard and we don't want to go to their parties.
Wait. Who was in the billboard?
Tim, remember, he said it to us when we went to Locksmith. He was like, oh, because we were part of the 212 thing, and we were in the billboard.
Oh, that's why. Oh, you feeling yourself now. Got you.
First of all, Tim
now it explains.
No.
Nana's whole attitude now. I get it. I got it.
That's, first of all, Tim, before we were even in the billboard, he said he was going to put us in what was it, VIP or whatever it was to get in on the list.
Yeah,
and never happened. So he needs to shut up.
Actually,
I want him to come with the bullshit.
He started asking us, who have y'all interviewed before? And we were like, are you kidding me? So DJ E Styles, he was like, they interview a lot of good people. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna put you on the list.
And then he was trying to tell us to interview a few people. He was like, we did that already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's because you popping. That's why you're on billboards. So,
I gotta remind him, like, you remember how we met? Oh, okay. Tim need to chill out.
You want to elaborate on that? How'd y'all meet?
How did I rolled a blunt for him, not knowing him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Right. Bronx Public, right?
Yeah, I was late.
I didn't even know.
Minding my business. And they was like, hey, can you roll this blunt for this guy right here? And I'm like, it's like, come on, chill. I'm like, all right, I'll be nice. I was late. So,
but you know what? We didn't know he was part. We knew about Pizza Zoo, but we didn't know like who were part of Pizza Zoo. So we didn't know exactly who he was.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
But they cool peoples.
Yeah. Good guess.
Yeah.
I didn't say yeah. I said yeah.
I know you didn't, but I'm saying yeah for you.
No, now you my hype man. All right, I appreciate it.
I got you.
And which one has been your worst set?
Worst set. Man. I know I definitely have some bad sets. I don't know. I think just in general, like I can't think of off the top a horrible set, but I think the sets that I hate the most is like when you're getting like when the I feel like when you get a crowd that's giving you like that wants like a lot of requests, and they don't really like they only dance the songs that they know, like they're not really that educated, and they're not there for like music and to have a good time, and they just like they're super annoying, and it's like there's no reason. If you like the song that I just played, then you should like the song that I just mixed it with. But for some reason that like so when you're just like not connecting with the crowd. And I used to be like I used to love that challenge and stuff, and be like, okay, I'm gonna get this crowd, I'm gonna figure you out. But then that would bring me to an area where then I would start playing music that they liked but I didn't like, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to be out here playing this music, and it's just like, so it wasn't even, I was like, that shit ain't even cool to me anymore. Like that's why I'm like, all right, I gotta just find my crowd and stick to that, and that's kind of like what you fall into a lot of times when you're like working DJ, and you're like, doing regular like parties and regular venues like on the weekends, and you get like a weekend crowd or this or that or whatever. Like, it's not for all places, but a lot of places are like that, So those are like my worst sets.
Do you like DJing downtown better or uptown?
Uptown like is definitely like the energy is just like it's crazy. Like I really
it's
like
different.
Yeah, it's different. But yeah, the parties that I do uptown, I love. I mean, at this point, right now, like uptown, I like DJing uptown, better. And that's kind of like even why I started going up there, So. I think it's more so like not even the location. I think it's more for me now. It's more about the party. There's a lot of there's parties in Brooklyn that I love playing and love going to. There's parties downtown. There's parties, uptown that I love going to and playing. So I think it's more about the party now than the actual neighborhood.
I feel you. I don't really like uptown like that, but because of the Give Me the Juice podcast, we be uptown.
Not only that, it's just that, we know a lot of DJs and they're good DJs, so we enjoy it. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even DJ at a lot of places uptown. Like, I've DJ'd at Apartment 78, at Locksmith, at El Jefe, Dykeman Bar, Taboga.
So you DJ like the hype places.
What?
The hype places.
The hype places? Yeah. I guess so. Like, is that like good hype places or? Okay. Yeah.
You said Bar 178?
No, apartment.
No, apartment.
Oh, I'm about to say, what? Bar 178 got DJs? Like.
I mean, Bar 180 be having DJs sometimes. So.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they're trying to do the whole locksmith type of thing, but
it's not like that.
No. Now to ask your famous question.
So if there's one thing in the world that you can change, what would it be and why?
That's a loaded question. That's deep. That's why Nana smoked and stuff, so now this is where the conversation gets deep.
You feel me?
Yeah, one thing that I would change.
Yeah, got your mind going.
This is Swazo FaceTiming me right now.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, what happened? I thought did you get the link?
Nah, you sent me the text, but you didn't send the link. What up, Nana?
Hi, Swazo.
What up, Reno?
Hi, Swazo.
Look, yo, Swazo got hair.
Oh, let me see. We can't see him.
Hold Hold on.
Yeah, Look at you. You look like an old man with those glasses on too.
You look like a professor.
We're still waiting for my tea.
Yeah. Did you send him the? Did you? It's. She sent it to your Gmail, Swazo Productions, at Gmail.
Heard you. I'm gonna click in a little bit right now.
All right, cool. All right, later. But yeah, I don't know. So that's just in general. Anything like about it doesn't have to do. It could be about anything. What
anything in the world. What would it be and why?
Oh, what would I change about what's going on in the world? Oh my God! I mean, what I would really change would be like some real like deep shit or something like
like
man,
what?
I don't know. Oh man, like really.
Whatever. What's on the top of your head right now?
Man, like I would. It would definitely be about like the man, probably like the income inequality and like all that, like just the 1% versus the rest of us shit, you know, like I would probably think that. I mean, obviously everything else that sucks about this existence, like racism and all that shit, would be like my top thing. But yeah, I don't know where we can go deep, man. If you're trying to go deep now, let's go. You know.
That was a good.
I mean, you know, I'm trying to see where your mind is at.
Yeah.
There's a lot of answers to that question. You feel me? None of them is wrong and none of them is right. It's what I want to understand what you feeling, you know? I want to see where your mind is at. Because some people might just think about just the president. Some people think about around the whole world, you know? Like, some people just thinking about certain shit, maybe the future. Like, everybody got different answers.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I like to know, like, it's cool.
Yeah. Like what? So like, yeah. What exactly is like the goal for you guys with the podcast and these conversations? Like, what are you trying to get from them and extract?
So
we want to get to know the person, the artist, whoever we interviewing. You know, we want to get to know where they come from and why they're here now. Like, what are you doing now? What is your future plans? You know, like. We want to expose the underground, the upcoming.
Right.
It's like our main focus too, like expose the underground and have their voices heard because, you know, it's hard to get onto the radio. And there's a lot of talented people out here that they can't make it into the industry or to the radio. So why not? And we have listeners from around the world. Like China, we have the most listeners in China. And that's crazy. So
yeah.
Corona.
Yo, stop it. We're gonna lose listeners.
Yeah, seriously.
Nah, but
funny to me.
But yeah, like that's one of our main things. And we have been doing that so far.
Right, like so, like creating a platform for like the scene, the community,
people, diverse. Yeah.
And then you mainly like what type of people you interview, like outside of DJs?
Anybody, mostly
entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We done entrepreneurs. We done politics. We done a porn star. You know, we've done artists. We done actors, producers,
all types.
You know.
So like, if you go to the list, I know iHeartRadio, Spotify, and iTunes, they deleted like the first 14 episodes. I don't know why they do that. So if you go to yogyouheard.com, you get to see all the episodes from episode 1 to. So we've had the guy from ATL, Brooklyn, the movie, ATL.
Yeah.
We had him. We had.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Yes.
I'll be back. Yeah.
We had my son, the general. We've had a lot of people that people are like, oh shit, y'all had them. And we also had people that now they made it out there, like to industry. And before, when we interviewed them, they still wasn't up there yet.
Oh,
we
wow.
did comedy, the girls.
D Nasty and Sasha Mercy.
Yeah, we did Ken Star.
Mm-hmm.
We did Da Vinci.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah. You out here. That's why you on billboards and shit.
We working, you feel me?
You know what's funny? That they just picked us randomly. Like, I was playing with the picture. I tagged whatever it is, 212 thing. Someone reposted us, and they hit that person up. So, it was cool.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's how some of the greatest things happen, you know? You got to put yourself out there, you know, in the universe. And
and we was across the street from the Barclay.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that's where the billboard was?
No, the billboard.
No.
The billboard was everywhere in New York City.
Okay.
Like posters, billboards.
Yeah.
But
so what was across from Barclays?
The poster, our picture.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
We had asked this guy to take a picture of us. He was like those. What is it? The cross guy.
The cross guard.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can you take a picture of us? And he's like, a picture? Like, he's looking, and I was like, yeah, that's us right there. He's like, that's you? So he's taking a picture. He's like, oh, yeah, that's you. Like, I'm like, yeah, make sure you catch us.
After he gave us attitude, like, he didn't want to take the picture, he was like, oh, my God, that's you. And I was like, what the?
That's funny. Did he ask for a picture with you after? Is it?
No, he was just
he wanted though,
kept staring at me.
Yeah.
Now, because now you want to know, like, who are they? Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
Right. And we had people, like, walking by looking, like, double take, like, wait, what? And I'm there on my snap, like, yeah, y'all see me?
I look different in the picture, kind of. And that was, like, our first picture. It was in Brooklyn. We went to an open mic event, and that was like in the bathroom, and it was
we went to a showcase.
It was a showcase, and it was like really tiny, the place, the little bathroom, and we told the guy to take a picture of us, and boom.
Well, the picture came out like that because somebody done bombed the bathroom up. So we was in there trying to take a picture while holding our breath, but it was just too funny. So yeah, the picture came out like that, like hurry up. That shit was crazy. Like I'm like, yo, it's disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
To my nose hit.
And then it was like 3 of us in there, so everyone that was waiting on the line, they said, come on, they like, the fuck?
They right, 2 girls and 1 guy, like, what the fuck y'all doing? Just taking a picture.
Hilarious.
And that shit blew up. But I just want to say thank you for accepting our invite and coming to the podcast. It was interesting because you're like kind of like a little quiet. I don't know if it's because Swas was loud. So it was dope having you here and getting.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Yeah, it was good.
So now, oh yeah, I forgot to say.
No more Henny for you, girl.
Give me the juice for Rena.
And Nana.
You can find us at iTunes, Google Play, YoYoHeard.com. Everywhere. We everywhere. You heard.
Yeah, all platforms. Yeah.
You heard. Yeah.
Give me the juice. 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 I'm a bad. Give me the juice. Dame el jugo.